When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Psalm Viktor Frankl. Welcome to Beyond Unlikely to Unlimited, where we uncover the hidden keys to unlocking potential in every area of your life. I'm Stephanie, and I'm here to help you understand how the brain, yes, that incredible complex organ of yours, can change over time and create a foundation for growth that goes way beyond the quick fixes we're so often sold. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating, and let's face it, frustrating aspects of how our brains work, why we forget things when we're stressed. Have you ever been in a tense moment and completely blanked on what you were supposed to say or do? Or maybe you've had someone explain something to you during a chaotic situation and it felt like their words just bounced off your brain? Well, there's a reason for that, and it's not just that you're overwhelmed or distracted. It all comes down to how your brain processes, or struggles to process, under stress. We'll explore this topic in 3 parts. First, we'll dig into the science behind stress and memory, breaking it down into simple terms that will leave you saying, "Aha, that makes so much sense." Then, I'll share practical tips you can start using today to improve communication during stressful moments. And finally, we'll talk about long-term strategies for creating a stress-proof approach to your relationships and interactions. So grab your coffee, tea, or whatever fuels you, because this is going to be a powerful conversation that just might change the way you think about stress and memory forever. Ready? Let's get started. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive into the fascinating world of the brain and see what's really going on when stress hijacks your memory. Let's break this down. Have you ever heard someone say, "I just can't think straight," when they're under pressure? Well, that's not just a feeling, it's your brain's reality in a stressful moment. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. When you're in a high-stress situation, your brain's amygdala, the emotional center, takes the lead. Think of it like a fire alarm going off. It's loud, it's urgent, and it demands your full attention. Meanwhile, your hippocampus, which is responsible for memory and learning, gets pushed to the back burner. It's like trying to have a thoughtful conversation while someone's blasting music in the background. This isn't just about emotions getting in the way, it's actually a survival mechanism. The amygdala is designed to keep you safe by focusing on immediate threats. But in modern life, the threats are often more psychological than physical, like a tough conversation at work or juggling multiple tasks. Your brain doesn't know the difference, so it reacts the same way, making it harder to focus and remember. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine your brain is a power grid. Under normal conditions, energy flows evenly to all areas, including memory, decision-making, and emotional regulation. But when stress hits, it's like a surge of electricity that trips the circuit breaker. All the energy gets redirected to the amygdala, leaving the other areas in the dark. So, the next time you find yourself forgetting details or struggling to follow what someone's saying in a stressful moment, remember, it's not about intelligence or effort. It's your brain doing exactly what it's wired to do. The good news is, you can learn to work with this wiring instead of against it. Now that we understand why stress has such a strong grip on our memory, let's talk about what we can do about it. This is where the real magic happens. Practical strategies you can use right now to communicate more effectively when emotions are running high. Let's start with the rule of 3. Say it, show it, repeat it. Why 3? Because the brain loves patterns, and repetition helps break through the noise caused by stress. When you're giving instructions to someone who's overwhelmed, start by saying the key point out loud. Then pair your words with a visual aid. This could be a gesture, a written note, or even a relevant object. Finally, repeat the message to reinforce it and give their brain time to catch up. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you're helping your child get ready for school during a morning meltdown about forgotten homework. Instead of just saying, "Grab it and go," try this. "Let's grab your homework. It's right here in your folder." Show them the folder as you speak. Then repeat, "Your homework is in the folder. Let's take it with us." Simple, right? You've just used 3 steps to cut through the chaos and help their brain process the information. This approach isn't just for children, it works just as well with adults. Whether you're having a difficult conversation with a coworker or supporting a friend in crisis, breaking down information and reinforcing it with visuals and repetition makes your communication clearer and more effective. Here's another crucial tip. Slow down. When stress levels rise, we tend to speed up, talking faster, raising our voice, or overwhelming others with information. But that only adds to the confusion. Instead, take a deep breath and speak slowly and calmly. Your tone becomes an anchor that helps ground the other person and makes it easier for them to process what you're saying. These strategies might seem simple, but they're powerful tools for breaking through the fog of stress. By saying it, showing it, and repeating it, you're giving the brain exactly what it needs to process information, even under pressure. And that's how we turn challenging moments into opportunities for better understanding. Now that we've tackled the immediate strategies, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. How can we build resilience so stress doesn't hijack our brain quite so often? The goal isn't just to manage stressful moments when they happen, but to create a foundation where stress has less power over us from the start. Let's talk about mindfulness first. And I don't mean you need to become a meditation guru. Mindfulness is simply about being present and aware of what's happening in and around you. One practical technique I love is called the 5-4-3-2-1 method. When you feel stress building, pause and name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. It's amazing how quickly this can bring you back to the present moment. Another powerful tool is emotional regulation. Think of it as building an early warning system for your emotions. One of the most effective ways to do this is through intentional breathing. When you notice stress rising, try this. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 6 counts. This simple pattern tells your brain it's safe to relax, helping shift energy away from that stress response we talked about earlier. Creating a supportive environment is just as important as these individual practices. This means setting clear boundaries, approaching difficult conversations with intention, and making space for emotions without judgment. Think of it as creating a stress-resistant bubble around your daily interactions. Remember, building resilience isn't about becoming stress-proof overnight. It's about making small, consistent changes that add up over time. Celebrate the moments when you stay calm during chaos, or when you help someone else through their stress. These small wins are actually rewiring your brain, creating new patterns that make future stressful situations easier to handle.
Now we've come full circle in our exploration of how stress affects our memory and what we can do about it. You know what amazes me most about the brain? Its incredible ability to adapt and grow. Every time you practice these techniques we've discussed, you're literally rewiring your neural pathways, creating new possibilities for how you respond to stress.
I truly believe that understanding how our brain works under stress is the first step to unlocking our full potential. We're not stuck with our current stress responses. We can choose to grow, to learn, and to change how we handle challenging situations. If you found value in today's episode, would you do me a favor? Share this with someone who might be struggling with stress in their life. And if you have a moment, leave a review. It helps others find this information when they need it most. Until next time, on Beyond Unlikely to Unlimited, remember, your brain is incredibly powerful, and it's never too late to create new patterns. Keep growing, keep learning, and I'll see you next week for another fascinating conversation about unlocking your potential.